Okay, we're almost ready to
Oh, when you were talking, oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, when you're talking about getting to know people through the meetings, a friend of mine who works for the UN was saying that, I guess 2 years ago, they spent like several $1 billion redoing the entire UN to make it less segmented offices and more collaborative, and now no one will go back to work.
Everyone will be staying home and doing things virtually.
Right, but before it had all been individual offices, and they were like, we need to get away from our 1960s setup, and now they.
Now they probably wish they hadn't done that and had all stayed individual offices.
Exactly.
But who could have predicted this?
True.
Allie, did you say we're ready?
I think we're looking pretty close. I'll just keep admitting people, but it's just about 3:15, so I think we could go ahead and get started.
All right.
Do you want to start by introducing, or would you like me to pull the slides up first off?
Let's just pull the slides up first.
Let's do it. I love it. Maybe while we're pulling the slides up, everybody could just go around, introduce themselves, say where they're from, what they teach, what grade level.
Carolyn, Social Studies, Willard.
Oh, hold on just a second. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I'm Judy O'Reilly, and I teach 7th grade at Meadow Hill here in Missoula, Social Studies.
I'm Madison, and I teach 5th through 8th PE in Ronan.
I'm Whitney Peters. Sorry, when it keeps on going back and forth between the screen sharing, I lose my button, so my video's not on. But I just moved to 4th grade, and I'm from Frenchtown.
Awesome.
Jill Wilson from Woodman. I teach 5th and 6th and 5th through 8th practical skills and art.
I'm Jo Boyles. I teach at Willard. I teach math and health enhancement.
My name's Annika. I teach at Willard, also social studies with Joe and Carolyn.
Love it. Wonderful. Lindsay, we're just going around introducing ourselves. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Lindsay King, and I teach at Washington Middle School in Missoula, and I've been a Spanish teacher for 5 years, but this year I'm going to be a communities and cultures teacher, and hopefully working with my students on some of the WorldQuest projects and projects with Allie. So we'll see how we can make it work.
Awesome. I'm Allie Depew, and I am co-owner of Inspired Classroom. And I am so fortunate because I get to work with Nikki Geiszler and do really fun programs with the World Affairs Council of Montana.
Hi, my name is Nikki Geiszler. I'm the programs director for Montana World Affairs Council. I've been with the organization for 3 years now, going on my 4th academic WorldQuest, and this year we're going to be changing up our Council in the Classroom programming and developing a new program called GeoQuest, and we're very excited to talk more about it with you guys today.
Awesome. I think we just had one other person join us. We are just, ooh, come on.
You're going too fast, Allie.
Way too fast, sorry. That person would like to introduce themselves. We're just doing a little introduction.
Hi, I'm Trisha. I'm a high school teacher at an alternative school in Kalispell.
Awesome.
So we can go to the next slide now.
Okay. You'll have to do like old school slideshows where you give me the ding and then I'll move.
No worries. So just a brief, how many of you guys have actually heard of the Montana World Affairs Council? Anybody? Okay, so a few of you. The Montana World Affairs Council is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering global awareness and understanding in Montana's classrooms and communities. We were founded in 2000 by Ambassador Mark Johnson. He is a Great Falls native, and he was the former U.S. ambassador to Senegal. when he came back from Senegal, he realized that there was a lack of global education programming in Montana's classrooms and communities. And so he founded the Montana World Affairs Council to try to help develop those programs in classrooms and communities. So in the last 20 years, we started with distinguished speaker programs for communities in Missoula only, and now we have extended them out to Bozeman and Helena in the last year or two. And our classroom activities are offered completely statewide, and as of last year, we have been able to make them completely free to all students and all educators across the state of Montana.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So our first program we really want to talk about is Counsel in the Classroom, which is developed with Inspired Classroom. So Allie does get to spend lots of time with me. We have started this program about 8 years ago, right, Allie? And
yeah,
in that time, we've had over 4,000 Montana students participate in Counsel in the Classroom events all across the state, which would mean that 1.5 times around the earth, or 31,000 miles, is the distance students would have had to have traveled from their schools to Missoula and back if we did not use video technology from Counsel in the Classroom. And this technology is really cool because it allows us to have a speaker anywhere in the world, and they can be brought into 8 different classrooms across the state of Montana. The speaker can see the students can see the speaker, and they're able to engage in their own conversation. Just as last year, we had more than 850 students and teachers from 44 schools and 24 counties last year participate in our programs. So this year, we're going to be kind of switching up Counsel in the Classroom with a new program called GeoQuest. GeoQuest is going to be designed for students that are 4th grade to 8th grade. But if you are in a different grade level and you think that this program could help your students with virtual learning, absolutely feel free to join. It is not restricted to 4th to 8th grade. It's just how we have planned the program to be around. It'll be an online platform as well as virtual speakers talking. The virtual speakers talking will be in late September through early November. The online platform is really going to be focusing on geography, history, culture, and current events. And students are going to be challenged to submit a project at the end of this program about the similarities and differences between Montana and their communities and the countries that we're focusing on this year. This year, we're going to be focusing on South Korea, Egypt, Ireland, and Chile.
Would you like me to take it away?
Take it away.
Take it away. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit fun. At least I think it's a little bit fun. I'm going to give everybody a minute and 17 seconds to go around their house and find an object that represents a favorite place that you've traveled or a place that you would like to travel, and bring it back. We're going to do a really quick show and tell. So you can mute yourself, and like I said, you have 1 minute and 17 seconds and counting. You have 37 seconds left. Okay. When people return. This is good. All right, you guys, welcome back. So I will start us off. I'm going to share with you. I have a lovely stuffed, well, not stuffed, very flat bear that I am sharing with you. And although there's a lot of places in the world that I have traveled, this year I'm staying a little closer to home, and one of the things that GeoQuest is going to do is make connections for students between Montana and the world. And so therefore, I am sharing this black bear that actually came from the rattlesnake in Missoula. This was a very naughty bear that FWP unfortunately had to take care of. I should say that maybe the people were really naughty, not the bear. And this bear, actually the story I was told, had broken into somebody's house. When the people found it, it was sitting on the kitchen floor eating ice cream, no joking. So kind of goofy. I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to just call on folks. And if you want to share and if you want to pass, that's okay too. Oh my goodness, we're gonna start with Madison, whose video isn't working, and she's got her Mickey Mouse ears because I want to go to all the Disney parks around the world. I love it, Madison, that's awesome. Annika, how about you? Oh, we have to unmute, you have to unmute.
Thank you. Okay, I have a little Buddha statue from when my family and I went to Southeast Asia a couple years ago, and we had to cancel a trip this summer, so I'm just holding on to memories and waiting till we can travel again in the future.
Definitely. Carolyn, do you have something to share?
Sure, I have a rooster that's usually used as an Italian picture. And this one is from when I went to Sicily with my whole family the last time we saw my grandmother about 15 years ago.
Nice, nice. Trisha, did you find something?
I have a blanket. It's from Nepal, and we lived in Bangladesh for a couple years, so I don't remember what trip this is from, but it's one of those things I wish I bought 37 of them. It's like yak wool, and they're wonderful, and they sounded real expensive when we were on our travel budget, but now they're so cheap.
Oh yeah, I definitely have a couple of those things in my house where you're like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh my goodness. Let's see, we're gonna go to, ooh, I'm not sure your first name, but I see D. Normand on the roster.
Hi, I have this spiky blowfish that we brought back from Mexico. It's very dusty today, but we actually got it in the airport gift shop. So I had to hold it all the way home on the airplane, and it was a little turbulent. So it was a rough ride home for me. But anyway, good memories there.
I can imagine. That's great. How about Jess? Jess Dan, is it Kirkov?
Yeah. So I just have my camera strap, which has a map on it. And my husband and I were supposed to go to Italy for our 10-year anniversary this summer, but we didn't for obvious reasons. But there's my place I would like to go.
I love it. Next year, maybe. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right, Jill Wilson.
This is, I don't know if you can see it with the glass, but it's a framed Aboriginal picture from Australia. My husband and I went there in 2000. So it's been a while. I've since been to Europe, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Belize, and I was supposed to go to Japan for spring break, but that didn't happen. And I'm working with a group with EF Tours to take a group to Peru in June of 2021. So we'll see.
What school are you at, Jill?
I teach at Woodman School up Highway 12 out of Lolo.
Oh, that's so funny. There's another group that was planning to do something similar from Washington.
Yeah, I am teamed up with Lori Ann from Washington Middle School.
My daughter was, we're not sure if that's, if it's going to happen, but she was part of that trip. That's kind of fun.
So we've done, I think, 2 or 3 trips together. So
oh, that's really
awesome.
Cool. That's so cool. Let's see, Joe Boyles. Hi, I know you.
Hi, Allie. Guess what? I've got a teapot from England, just in case you can't tell where I'm from. Thanks for laughing, Annika. I was hoping to go there this summer, but didn't. So I drink lots of tea instead, and I miss it.
Yeah, yes. How about Judy?
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry my camera's not working. I have a wonderful blanket from Ireland with the sheep's wool stitch of O'Reilly's, and that's our last name. And we went there last year with the family and can't wait to go back. Sorry you can't see the stitching, but that's what I have.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Lindsay, do you have something to share with us?
Yeah, I have, and it might be Clary as well, a print from Cuba where I went last year for my honeymoon, which feels like a world away since I haven't been anywhere outside of the US since then.
Seriously, I know it. Let's see, how about Whitney?
Okay, sorry. My husband called me and told me to get the carpets cleaned right when you gave this assignment. So I'm hoping it can be a place where I want to go.
Definitely.
And also because I was frazzled because I didn't know what we were doing, I just grabbed the first foreign thing that I could, which was some curry paste from the fridge. So maybe Thailand or India. How about that?
I'm in. I'll go.
They both have elephants, and I love new cultures, and I'm kind of a wuss about spicy food, but I'll give it a go.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Nikki, how about you?
Well, I'm actually not in my own house. I am currently moving, so I decided the quietest place was to come bombard my mother-in-law, and I'm in her guest room, so I have nothing here. Sorry about
wait a second.
that. If I had known, I would have brought something.
Don't you have one of these from a pretty special place where you were last year?
Well, my rings are not from Italy.
Yeah, but it symbolizes that.
But my husband and I did get married last year in Tuscany. And then we honeymooned in the south of France.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Yes, you can count my wedding rings as
on the fly.
International.
Did I miss anybody? Oh, yes, good. Okay, I don't think I did. Well, so thank you guys. Thanks for playing along. I always think that it's fun to build a little bit of just relationships and get people chatting, and distance learning can be hard, but can also be a lot of fun. And typically when I'm working with Nikki, we end up having a lot of fun, and a lot of the speakers, she's going to show you a video later on that really illustrates the power of distance learning and bringing students together and kiddos together from all over the world. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about GeoQuest. And so one thing, Lindsay, which we're really lucky to have, is helping us develop this program. And one of the things that we like to do at Inspired Classroom is reach out to teachers that are in service. I and my business partner, Kathleen, are both teachers, but we started Inspired Classroom, so we're not in the classroom anymore. So it's really, really nice to have somebody who can give us a little bit of insight and just help us with the development of these programs. So like Nikki was telling you, this program is going to be, it's based on one of our platforms, and it is a scenario-driven, inquiry-based program for 4th to 8th graders. And I'm going to start with just a little outline of the scenario, and it'll kind of frame that program for you. So there's students in Big Range, Montana. We always like to hook students with something that's similar, that's relatable, who've recently completed a project about where agricultural products go. They're amazed at all the country connections that they have, similar to how I was amazed by all the similarities of places that you've traveled and interests that a lot of people on this call just had. As part of their studies, their teacher included information about the UN Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs. We'll be talking a lot about those. Students were interested in connecting their community to the wider world. And so the students at Big Range are serving as an example for your students to begin their research around the 4 countries that we talked about: Ireland, Egypt, South Korea, and Chile, including some civic engagement and learning about the SDGs. So here's the big part. It's the challenge, what the students are being asked to do. Research the 4 countries, including the Sustainable Development Goals, civic engagement examples, and I'll show you where those are. Develop a civic engagement project on an issue in your community using countries studied for inspiration. Projects can include music videos, blog posts, art projects. The list goes on. And the top projects will be recognized by the Montana World Affairs Council. So that's the premises of this program. And so how that works, we're gonna go a little bit over here. It's first off, it's housed on the Inspired Classroom IC Challenge website. Has anybody done an IC Challenge before? I'm not recognizing a lot of the names on this particular call, but you never know. Every once in a while, you'll get somebody that has that I don't know about. So like I said, IC challenges are scenario-driven, inquiry-based projects. And the way it works is, for an educator, you have 2 main dashboards that you're worried about. One is your dashboard. That dashboard has all of the project management on it. It has your students, it has the student work that they're doing. You can assign teams to the students. You can see their progress. You can monitor what they're working on. And it also has lesson plans and resources on how to teach whatever it is that you're having to work on, whatever challenge topic it is. On the student dashboard, what they do is they have curated research, so they're not out wildly Googling around. They have the scenario, a little bit of background information on the topic, and then they have the different steps that they're going to work through. And those steps, we call them templates. It's a template of a process. And so sometimes with IC challenges, it's problem solving. Sometimes it's science communication. We have literacy challenges. This particular one is a civic engagement challenge. And so it'll walk through the process of how you think about civic engagement. And so it's kind of fun. Students will work through, everything is stored on the platform. They can submit their projects, and then another dashboard that you don't have to be too concerned about, but Nikki gets to be really concerned about, is the evaluator dashboard. And so we can share projects with real world authentic learning folks to provide feedback, right? So Inspired Classroom really is built on 3 main pillars, and that is providing authentic learning experiences for students, supporting the teachers that are out there teaching those authentic learning experiences, and then providing that equity of access, so that regardless of where you're located, students have an opportunity to engage with rich curriculum and meet those experts in the classroom. I'm not going to go too much more in depth into the platform today. However, we'll talk a little bit about the steps, and then I want to show you a really cool tool that will be used as part of this. And I'm also going to let Lindsey here in just a minute talk a little bit about how she's thinking about using this in her classroom, because we do build these very open-ended, both for students and for educators, so that it's something that if you have a little bit of time and you want to put this into your curriculum and let your kids dabble, it works. If you decide that, yep, this would be perfect, this would absolutely fit into this particular section of my curriculum, and I want to spend a really good chunk of time on it, there's a lot of resources and materials, and you can do that as well. So the steps that we're going to be looking at with the civic engagement, the first 4 are really research steps, researching Ireland, Chile, Egypt, and South Korea. And those research steps are going to be, we're going to use Google Earth. And like I said, I'll show you that in just a second. There's a really fun tool called Content Creator that allows some pretty interactive components to learning about, incorporating geography into learning. So steps 5 through 7, they're learning about the civic engagement and the sustainable development goals, and they'll be using a decision-making matrix. So learning how decision-making matrices work and how you sort of take these big ideas and narrow them down. Step 8 is learning about how the 4 countries are engaging in their citizens on topics related to the SDGs. So this is looking at those countries and going like, hey, wow, look at this. There's a group in South Korea that are making K-pop music videos on eating healthy. That's pretty cool. It's going out to all of the youth in South Korea. And these are more youths that are actually making these. And that relates to the Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which is the health and well-being of people around the world. So they'll sort of start to see how those examples of other countries can influence what's happening in their communities. Which brings us to steps 9 through 11, which is, again, using another decision-making matrix to decide on a project inspired by those countries that can be done by students on a topic that they feel is pretty important in their community. Step 12, create your action plan. Step 13, you upload your project, and it goes to Nikki, who gets to take a look at them, or whoever happens to be with the World Affairs Council that'll be looking at it. Lindsay, do you want to talk a little bit about how you're planning on using this in your classroom?
Yeah, so Allie and I have just done a little bit of like basic, starting out planning, and I feel like it's kind of hard to know exactly how things are going to work with the schedule being sort of up in the air, as I'm sure most of you guys, maybe your schools have everything figured out. I don't know, but basically my class is meant to be a quarter-long class, and so I want to use this as pretty much the whole basis of the class. And one of the things that at our school is going to be a requirement, because we're becoming an IB school, but I think this is something that any school would benefit from, and I know other schools require this anyways, but is like a community service type of project for the students before they graduate middle school. So this really tied in with that, which was one of my main goals and what I wanted to focus on in the class, but I didn't want it to just be that all the kids decide they're going to do like a canned food drive, and then everybody's trying to like bring in all these random things that the kids' projects are trying to get. So when we started talking about how can we do this and look at other countries for inspiration, and also kind of like taking the focal point out of like we have the best ideas, so where can we look to get ideas that are innovative and use those as kind of a brainstorming starting point, so that we're not just doing like bake sales or food drives, and can do some type of community service project that might be a little bit deeper, and also connect them with other places in the world, which is often hard to do in small town Montana.
Totally, it is. And I see a question. All right, D. Normand, what is your first name? I feel funny calling you D. Normand. Daleen, thank you. Daleen. So one of the great things about Google Earth is that it is now a web-based application, and they've been working on moving all of that Google Earth applications to a web-based model, as opposed, and cloud-based model, as opposed to having to download everything, because that was challenging for schools, especially with download permissions. So yes, it is now a web cloud-based application, which is really, really cool. So I'm going to show you kind of what that looks like. Come on, Google Earth, open up. Oh, good, here it goes. I have so many things open right now. I'm moving, trying to balance the chat and the people and the participants. Here it comes. So this is, and it's not a totally complete one yet, but this is a tour of South Korea. So how students might engage in the research learning about South Korea. And we'll just go over a few of these components. Something that's really fun is this is a tool that, because it's a Google Earth tool, it's free, which is lovely. But one of the things that's fun is that it's been designed especially with an educator's in mind, so that students can build this or teachers could build this very easily. Just quick little poll, quick little question. Has anybody ever used or seen the Google Earth Voyager projects? You can give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or type in the chat. No, okay, I highly recommend, if you haven't, highly recommend checking out the Voyager projects. For those of you that have, this is like a baby Voyager project. Oh, at August Institute in the past, I love it. So this is kind of like a baby Google Voyager project that teachers can create, that students can create, that teachers can have students create, that we can engage in a lot of different ways. So I will start, I will hit present, and we will take a look. So these have three main panels. The first is the map component, the second is the media, and the third is the text panel. So when we are on a tour, we're going to start in Montana, and we're going to take a trip to South Korea. So all of these will start in Montana, and then we'll go to Ireland, we'll go to Chile, etc. So we're going to South Korea. So first of all, it really does a nice job of showing students where in the world the country is. I'm not going to play all the videos for you right now and go through everything. We'll just kind of do a high-level overview. But we have curated and embed links that are really great for student learning. This is a Lonely Planet video overview of South Korea, just to have them sort of get an idea. And one of the nice things about that we're trying to do with this project is give some of the history, but then also some of the culture that's modern, so that we're not just getting, like when we're in Egypt, we're not just getting the pyramids, but we're talking a little bit about what's happening there today. So we learn a little bit about the country, where it is. Then on each of these, we zoom into the capital. And this capital site's kind of fun because it takes you, if you click on these points of interest, what you'll see is you can go and it will zip you to these pretty cool spots around the capital. And then just like Google Earth, you can use the little person to drag and drop. And when you drag, you'll see that the lines come up, and you can go through, you can zoom in, zoom out. But it really gives you a nice view of what's happening kind of on that in this area. So the next part is there'll be a history piece. History piece will have a little video. This gives you history, including ancient history up till today. This one's going to land you at one of the temples. Then we're going to go through some culture. And of course, culture is such a big topic, big, absolutely huge. What we're encompassing is language, customs, food, all of those that are going to fall under culture, because it is such a very broad topic. This one also, if you notice there are some arrows on the side. When you click that, that means that there's multiple videos or images. This is a really fun video on what K-pop is and a little bit of the history of K-pop. Let's see, they're making these for the 4 countries in GeoQuest, but you can make your own for any country you want. That's absolutely correct. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can use this tool pretty much for anything that you want. It's very cool. So then the last one is our civic engagement and sustainable development goal. And the way we've done this is we talk a little bit about what are the sustainable development goals. And on the platform, there'll be some research that's also, or some resources that also connects to the SDGs, give students a little better understanding of what those are. And then what we do is we're taking some different ones. And so, like I was saying, South Korea is full of talented young people. Check out the first video, a K-pop project on K-food that brings attention to eating healthy Korean food. So this was a civic engagement project done by youths in South Korea about the benefits of eating eating South Korean food. Kind of fun. That's the first video. So when you play your videos, we'll watch a second or two of it. It's kind of fun. It goes on. It's classic K-pop. It's pretty great, right? So on each of these, we will have several different connections to the SDGs. This one, there's one on peace, justice, and strong institutions. We're looking at the Peace Dam that is pretty close to the border of North Korea and South Korea, and it's become an art park that focuses on peace. It's pretty cool. So students will get to learn all about these different civic engagement components that are around the SDGs. So Whitney, great question. Let's see, to access the 4 countries. So if you're doing GeoQuest, you'll have access to all of this, absolutely. But this Google Earth, in general, you can have access to that anytime. It's just part of the Google Earth platform to create these types of projects. But this particular project will be associated with GeoQuest. So
I wanted to ask a question about it. I'm sorry, I'm not putting my video on because I don't.
That's okay, no worries.
Look up my nose. Anyway, so this thing that you showed us is put together by GeoQuest. It's not Voyager, but it's something that you have put together. But we could put together our own ones of these for our students if we were not using GeoQuest.
Totally.
Or if we are using GeoQuest, then we have access to the ones that you've already created for the Civic project.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's a super cool tool regardless of what you're using it for, and there's so many different connections to every single content area. It's fun to use as a tool. I really enjoy it. So I'm just going to open it up to questions about GeoQuest, see if anybody has any questions, and then we're going to do a little trivia. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to launch a poll, and we're going to do a little GeoQuest trivia in the meeting itself. So you should see a poll that's just been brought up on your screen. You can go ahead and click on the correct answer, and then Nikki will reveal all of the right answers. And I'll be able to say how many people got them right.
Allie, I think the first question got cut off.
Uh-oh. Oh, I see that. This is good learning for me. I might not be able to use quite as many characters as I wanted to. So let's see. Do you have that question up in front of you, Nikki? Could you read that?
I don't, but I can find it.
I love it. You can go ahead and start with number 2.
Or I can't because I can't.
Oh, you know what? I can tell you what it is. Which war, which war did this rule come into play after or during? That's not worded very well, but you should be able to grab it. And you don't have to know, just guess. It's fun. You're not getting a real score. Okay, not seeing anybody vote. Is anybody having trouble?
Just haven't taken a quiz for a while. There's a lot of questions.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, I did set this one up as you have to answer them all before submitting. That's my bad. I'll give you time. While you're doing this, you're probably going to be able to just get, I'm sorry, it's late in the day, to grab, to get a feel for where your student, I know, oh goodness, where your student's at, get a base, what am I trying to say? Base knowledge. Help me out here, teachers. What am I trying to say?
I don't know. I'm not. Okay, now I'm done answering those questions, so I can answer you. What?
Oh my God. This is a really good tool that you can use on Zoom for when you need to figure out where your student's knowledge is. my
Background knowledge.
Thank you. I'm like, this word, it's in my head. It won't come out of my mouth. Oh my goodness.
I like it.
We started off this morning quite early with, of course, some tech components that were a little screwy. So I've been going hard since first thing. Oh yeah, oh, this is fun. We're getting a bunch of votes. Can't wait. All right, but Nikki, I am gonna put you on reading out the correct answers.
Okay, well, I have to look up the thing.
Okay.
I don't want anyone else to see my answers, but is there a way for me to see if I got mine wrong or right without other people seeing?
We're gonna have to read them, and so that's because
I have to
more of a
remember?
poll. Yeah, this is more of a poll than the quiz. So
Okay.
I will give you guys just a few, well, until Nikki finds the answers.
I didn't realize I would have to.
Is that quiz or poll feature included in, oh my gosh, what is this called? Zoom?
Yes, it's part of Zoom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Awesome. It's fun. There are a lot though of other like third-party applications that do exactly the well, have you ever used Kahoot in class?
Yeah.
Like Kahoot actually translates super well over Zoom. We've done some fun Zoom Kahooting with classrooms. So it translates really well. Okay. So question 1, the cutoff question.
I can actually read the whole question.
Love it. Go for it.
Okay, so question 1 is in South Korea, where every able-bodied man 18 to 25 years old must complete a 21-month stint in the armed forces. The rules make no exceptions for K-pop idols, no matter how much their fans may miss them and how much income they stand to lose while enlisted. Currently, about 630,000 soldiers are serving active duty. A vestige of what war? The correct answer is B, Korean War.
All right. 56% of people got that correct. Other popular answers were World War II and the Vietnam War. All right, question 2.
What is the official language of Egypt? Answer is B, Arabic.
78% got that correct. Way to go. English was the other option. Okay, question 3.
What colors are the Irish flag? The correct answer is A, green, white, orange.
89% got that right. So you guys, way to go. Love it. Okay, capital of Chile.
And the answer is D.
100%. Nice. What is the most important crop of South Korea?
C, rice.
89% again. Way to go, you guys. You guys are killing it. Your background knowledge is very good. All right, number 6.
What religion are most people in Egypt? The correct answer is A, Sunni Muslim.
Very good. 33% got that one. So most people said Islam at 67%. So that's a little one we could spend a little more time on in class today, but we're not going to. Okay, 7.
Ireland lies off the western coast of Great Britain. From which is it separated by what sea? The correct answer is B, Irish Sea.
Oh, again. So the popular choice was the Celtic Sea at 56%. English Channel garnered another 22%. Irish Sea 11%, and British Sea 11%. So there's one person that got that one correct. Very good.
Number 8. What statement about Chile is false? The correct answer is C.
Oh, that was good. Okay, I did not know this one. So that one, 56% of the people got correct. Other people also thought that Chile is the longest country in the world. That is actually true, which is interesting. Like that. All right, number 9.
Korean pop music first cracked the US in 2012 with what song? The answer is C, Gangnam Style.
Whoop 'em. Yep, 89% got that right. Very good. All right, and question number 10.
The last one. Without the Nile River, all of Egypt would be desert. Egypt is often divided into two sections, Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north. The sections are named this way because the Nile flows from south to north. The river empties into what? The correct answer is A, Mediterranean Sea.
Nice. 78% got that one correct. So way to go, you guys. Love it. The polling has ended. And there we go. So that's kind of a fun tool that you can use. Also a good little thing. All right, Nikki, I am going to send it over to you to talk about Academic WorldQuest.
So Academic WorldQuest, not that I'm biased about any programs, but Academic WorldQuest is my favorite. This will be my 4th year I've been in charge of it. I also now have been listed with the Montana World Affairs Council as the lead expert in the nation about Academic WorldQuest. It's a really awesome program that we have since 2005. We started with 12 students. Last year, we actually had nearly 350 students and educators come from across the state to Missoula to participate in a 3-day program. Over the last 9 years, we have also been the 3rd largest in the country. There are over 55 local Academic WorldQuests in the country. We're also the only council to offer multi-day programming in addition to the Academic WorldQuest competition. And something I really want teachers to know is you don't actually have to participate in everything that Academic WorldQuest is. You can participate in just the competition, you can participate in just the programs, or you can participate in some of the programs and the competition. It is entirely up to what works best for you. We are also the only council to offer scholarships to help schools cover the cost of transportation, lodging, substitute teachers, and any additional meals. We also do offer, when we do an in-person one, last year we offered Sunday lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Monday, and breakfast and lunch on Tuesday. And we've made registration completely free. So we're the only council in the country that Academic WorldQuest is completely free to all students and all schools. So we're gonna watch a brief video that really will go into what Academic WorldQuest is.
We did that once for
There's a quote, the best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. I think it speaks truly to how education plays a huge part in our country and the way we affect the world around us.
We really can't move forward as a race until we've learned to move forward as nations together.
Any chance we can get to expose our students and our state to the rest of the world, we all should be jumping at that chance to expose our way of life here in Montana to the rest of the world and to gain that exposure from the rest of the world. So I think it's very important that we all get involved and help our students.
What skills or qualities do you have that might make you effective peace builders that older generations might not?
We have a voice.
You have a voice.
Education's everything. I firmly believe in the more we're educated, the better off we are. It's pretty simple.
This event, Academic WorldQuest, is so important because by introducing students to the mission of the council, bringing the world to Montana, Montana to the world, they can become players in the future of their world, the world that they are going to inherit.
You know, a lot of kids in other parts of the country, whether New York or California, there are all kinds of opportunities. But the World Affairs Council here is helping Montana kids get really involved.
It's important because we need to know about the issues so that we can solve and make educated choices, and we can help others around the globe because we are connected in this day and age in society, and it's important for us to make those alliances and be educated.
Well, I'm the founder of the Montana World Affairs Council. We started this organization back in 2000, first time in Montana. And I just had the courage, I suppose, to start this, and it's taken off like wildfire. Our focus has been in the high schools with the next generation.
They have an opportunity to make a difference, and I think a lot of people see this event and the World Affairs Council as the conduit, as the catalyst for giving them the tools to make a difference in the future.
To see a group of young people who traveled really from across every part of this great state to come here to talk about issues of the day, to see and get to meet not just a mayor, but a senator, to ambassadors, the lieutenant governor, to be exposed to students from the Congo, and to see their worlds being opened to endless possibilities is incredibly exciting.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the World Affairs Council, it means a lot to us.
I just love the opportunity to be able to talk to young people about what I've seen and what I do, and be able to sort of expose them to things that they might not know about. And it's so exciting. You know, I think the opportunity for kids to be able to believe that they can do anything. And I think that opportunities like this give that to them.
I don't feel nervous. I feel excited. I want to see what happens today.
Once kids start to know that there is potential for what they might be able to do in international relations, you know, it sort of gives them this sort of moment to think about, wow, that could be me.
Until you get involved, until you see, until you hear, you don't know. And that's why it's important to expose our students and our way of life to the rest of the world.
I didn't know a lot about it beforehand. I just kind of, oh, it's the world, it's not really important. But now that you see what's going on, you can make much more of an impact.
They are the future leaders of this country, and supporting their efforts to be engaged, to be informed, to be discussing the issues of this day makes not just for a better state, but makes for a better country. And so it's investing in events like this is really investing in the future of our country.
The exposure the students will be receiving today, they can take it forward. They can help other students in the various schools. They can explain some of those things in the various schools and let them know that even though they're far away, we're almost all the same.
You have your teachers, the tools you have, your coaches, your parents, the resources you have, your computers. Use those tools to get involved.
The worst thing that can happen is you learn something new.
Please come on up. The winners, Gardner 2.
I think it's so important for the schools, the school districts, the superintendents, the principals, and especially the teachers to understand we can facilitate the programming for you. You can come for 1 day, you can come for 2 days. We offer scholarships, we offer opportunities.
You have the tools. All you need to do right now is use those tools and get involved. That's my message to them. Get involved.
We don't really get to see much of everything else. It's really important in setting a standard for future generations, I guess.
We are secluded in a very small part of the world, and this has given me such a wide range of knowledge. It means a lot.
Yeah, this really is the basis of lifelong learning. I think the whole point of coming from such a small school is for learning more about what else is out there. We don't have a lot of diversity in Gardner, so it's so nice to come, and we've learned so much about everyone else. It's awesome.
No, yeah, this program is just so beneficial to my understanding. I didn't like World Affairs before Miss Cody came. I was like, you should do this. And so now I find it really interesting, and I hope other small schools and small communities get this opportunity, because it's just, yeah, it's just amazing.
Woohoo! Alrighty. Whoop, sorry, Nikki. I'm coming. There we go.
No worries.
And there.
So the 2021 Academic WorldQuest this year is going to be virtual because of COVID. And it'll be held from Monday, March 1st to Thursday, March 4th. So it will be kind of a 4-day program this year. It is more tailored for high schools. Only high school level students can participate in the competition. We are thinking about allowing some middle schoolers participate in some of the programs this year, but we'll keep you posted on that. We do release the topics. There's always 10 topics that will be released in mid-September, and the Montana Study Guide for the competition is released in late October. The tentative schedule is released in October, and then the final one in January. For the first time with the lovely Allie and Inspired Classrooms, we are developing an Academic WorldQuest prep online platform, which is going to be released to students to engage with each other across the state on different topics. There will be a monitored chat session where students can actually ask each other across the state, discuss some of the topics, ask questions, what they think. It will be monitored by the Montana World Affairs Council staff and our interns. We also do develop practice questions for students that are participating in the competition part. And we will be doing some recorded short videos on each topic. The videos are going to be part of our Connect Montana webinar series, and then they will be uploaded onto the Academic WorldQuest Prep online platform. We hope to have the platform completely live by Monday, January 25th. So as you saw, I'm always happy to talk with people anytime about it. You don't have to wait till September to talk to me about Academic WorldQuest. I actually talked with a teacher about it this morning. So if you ever want to have a phone call about it, you're actually going to get my cell at the end of this. And I'm always happy to talk Academic WorldQuest with you. You don't have to wait till September. In the video you saw in 2018, we did do our first student-to-student global conversation. This quickly became the favorite program among students and the most highly rated program among students and educators that participate in Academic WorldQuest. We call it the student-to-student global conversation. It allows students in Montana to talk with other students in other countries. So in 2018, we had Congolese students in Congo talking with Montana students in Montana. In 2019, Japan was one of the countries of focus during the competition. We had the Consul General of Japan come and an entire delegation from Japan come to Missoula to talk with students. And then we had the Japanese students in Japan talking with Montana students in Montana. The program was such a success that year. The Consul General of Japan ended up nominating the top 2 winning teams of the competition to go travel to Japan fully funded for 10 days. So we had 25 students from Gardner High School and from Sentinel High School go to Japan for 10 days, and the government planned their entire trip. In 2020, we focused on Honduras. We had U.S. Ambassador Lisa Kubisky to Honduras come and talk with Montana students and give a brief overview of Honduras and the current state of Honduras. And then we had Honduran students in Honduras talk with Montana students in Montana. We will be doing this program again in 2021. The country is yet to be determined. It's usually based off of the topics that the national office does deliver to us. And Allie has recorded last year's student-to-student global conversation. So we're going to watch briefly a different couple minutes, and then hold on, I'll answer that question really quickly. So yes, the global conversations are for high schoolers as well. We are hoping to have more students participate this year and not just be high schoolers. But that will be, as we'll know, as to how many kids and sign up. So it does first come, first serve, but high schoolers get first opportunity.
Okay, we had somebody come in the studio, so I had to put my mask on. And then Nikki, do you remember, is it 4?
So let's watch the first like 3 minutes, and then it's 41 minutes in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Give me a thumbs up when you want me to move ahead.
Okay.
Hello. My name is Antonio Urbina. I am from the CCS. I am studying now administration, and I am from 11, so already only 1 year to go into the university. And I really like this college because I think that I learn a lot of English, and knowing that I have a space, I can do friends. And I think we do a lot of cultural activities that are also not related to Honduras, also related with the United States. And if you have any question about the CCS.
Oh, Tiana, who would like the first question? All right, here we go.
Hi. I was just wondering what your day-to-day life is like in Honduras.
Like my daily routine, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here is comfortable always. Wake up, be ready for school also hurry up my sister. I always like to also then I come in bus to the CCS. I always try to be prepared with my homeworks, say hello to my teachers, also my classmates. And then after all day of school, I go to my house, make some homeworks, read a little, and also do some exercise.
I also noticed that you guys are wearing. Are the uniforms like an everyday thing?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
You can move it ahead, Allie.
Okay, let's see where we're at here at 30. Oh, we're close.
Start at 40.
Okay, perfect.
Do you know what is Easter
Yep.
week?
Yes, we have Easter.
Oh, here she comes.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just wondering, for the girl in the white shirt, what's her TikTok?
What's your TikTok?
Hello.
Hi.
So my username is kind of Spanish, so I'm just gonna spell it for you real quick. Okay. So it's RUMIDX.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh, you have a lot of followers. You're popular. So, will you make TikTok with me?
Yeah, sure.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Do you know the wait a minute sound?
No, what?
Okay, what sound?
I know the Renegade.
You know Renegade?
Yeah.
Renegade. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I guess you're doing Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade thing.
Hey Sid, you come film. Anyone who knows Renegade, come up here and dance with me, please.
Okay, tell me if you can hear this. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, the audience needs to be really quiet so that she can hear just the phone.
That was the TikTok.
So as you can see, we always allow the student-to-student global conversations to be directed by the students. So they're the ones that really determine what questions are asked, where the conversation goes, and every year it just gets so much better and better. So we will be doing it again in 2021, and it will be virtual. So if students are in their own homes or if they're in their classrooms, everyone can still participate statewide. And we'll let you know what the country is. Usually in October, we have the country determined. And that's all I kind of had for you guys today. So again, my name is Nikki Geiszler. I'm the programs director. That's my email and my cell phone number. I'm always happy to talk about any of our youth programming. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call me. The website's incorrect. It says Montana. There's an A after Montana. worldaffairs.org. And then our YouTube channel. If you wanted to watch the rest of the Student-Student Global Conversation video, it is right in there. I also wanted to point out and let everyone know we do a Connect Montana webinar series. It's kind of replaced our distinguished speaker programs currently, which were in-person community programs. Everybody is allowed to join. So students want to come and participate in our Connect Montanas. You absolutely can. They're completely free. You don't have to pay. They're usually at 9:30 in the morning. We just recently in July had Congressman Greg Gianforte and Senator John Tester talk about the importance of global education in Montana. Those two videos are also on our YouTube channel. You can use them in your classrooms and you can always participate live, and we always let people know the week before. So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. No? Okay, well, if you think of anything later, please feel free to email or give me a call. And thank you so much for joining and participating today.
Yeah, and wait. Don't forget to put your name and write yes if you want renewal credits in the chat. Thanks, everybody.
You guys.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
I did have a quick question.
Yes.
If possible. So if this was something that I wanted to use in my classroom, how would I get the information? Would I just go to the website, or do I have to sign up and get a subscription?
Well, you don't have to do a subscription. You can just email me.
Okay.
And then I can get you all of the stuff that you would need.
Okay. And that's for because I teach middle school. I teach 7 and 8.
Yeah, so if you're interested in GeoQuest, you can email us, or you can email Inspired Classroom. For academic WorldQuest, it all goes through me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes, thank you again for joining.
Your Google Earth tour in South Korea was so cool.
It's
You just put that together.
It's
That's awesome.
It's so fun.
I'm so excited to see the rest of them.
Yes, exactly. Well, I'm going to put them, so are we. No, I'm going to put you on these things to help me kind of think through.
Cool, yeah. So cool.
It's so much fun. It is, Lindsay. Yeah, so I think, gosh, next week, Kathleen and I are both taking a little break before school starts, going to go play in the woods. But then that following week, I'd love to connect and
okay.
I'm hoping to have quite a bit of stuff ready before I take off. So I'll have fun to
okay, so that's like the 17th through 21st. You'll be back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and thanks, Nikki.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for helping so much with GeoQuest.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Good. I'm glad. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. I was at WorldQuest, but I think it was probably like 2017.
Okay.
With when I taught down in Victor with the social studies teacher, I came as another chaperone, and it was so cool.
That was the year before. 2018 was my first year.
Okay.
Running it, so.
Yeah, that year they didn't have the conversation with just students from one country that were in that country. They had a panel of students who were at UM studying abroad. And
we've done both.
That was still
so
cool.
So I've done both programs that are, studying abroad at the University of Montana. And we'll probably do that program again this year at Academic WorldQuest with students from all of colleges across the state, not just UM.
Yeah. Cool.
This year. So we are working on doing that as well.
In some ways, the online kind of allows more people to join, which is neat.
Yes, it actually, I think, might work out really well. Our board is even discussing continuing it as a virtual, maybe doing every other year in person or virtually. Yeah. So we're going to see how this year goes. Allie's going to make sure it goes off without a hitch, right?
Well, I'm getting
no pressure, Allie.
I'm getting really good practice with this conference. So
perfect.
I don't know who's all in here still, so I don't want to offend anybody.
It's just the three of us.
Presenters, but this was the most well run that I was in today, so great.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. It was really nice to have videos to watch and just different, or when we had to go get up and get something, which these are all things that I'm learning to use with my students, but the middle one that I was in was something that I'm really interested in, which was the yoga and mindfulness one. But I think it was also the after lunch one, but I was starting to get really sleepy. And I think that sometimes just having a different speaker, a video or something, really helps to break it up. You guys did awesome.
Yeah, that's good feedback. It is, well,
presenters are learning.
Presenters are learning. People are learning how to.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting.
But you hear that, Kathleen? I did great.
Oh no! Her hair's getting bigger.
Just wanted you to know that, Kathleen.
Okay, Nikki.
It's gonna match your belly.
Yeah. Yep, my big belly. I'm pregnant, Lindsay.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. I honestly thought I might start crying during the Academic WorldQuest video, and I was like, oh, pregnancy hormones getting to me right now.
Well, I was feeling like that a little bit too. They were very sweet. The TikTok. It's so funny and so cool to see how kids connect, and I don't know, that's why it's really cool that they are the ones that lead those questions and the sessions, because they get a lot deeper so much faster than I feel like they would if it was scheduled with questions or whatever.
Turn them loose. Let them run it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you ladies go. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks so much for coming, Lindsay. Really.
Yeah. See you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.